Francis Dereham Tudors' confession. Francis Dereham was a figure entwined in one of the most scandalous episodes of the Tudor era, his name forever linked to the tragic downfall of Queen Catherine Howard. His story is one of ambition, passion, and ultimately destruction, set against the backdrop of Henry VIII's court, where secrets could be deadly. Born into a minor gentry family, Francis Dereham became associated with the household of the Dowager Duchess of Norfolk, the step-grandmother of Catherine Howard. It was in this household that he and Catherine became involved in a romantic and possibly physical relationship. At the time, Catherine was a young noblewoman, not yet queen. The environment of the Duchess's household was notoriously lax in its supervision of the young ladies residing there. Dereham was said to have addressed Catherine as his wife, and she in turn referred to him as her husband, indicating a pre-contract, a significant claim under Tudor law. When Catherine Howard rose to prominence and eventually became Henry VIII's fifth wife, Francis Dereham re-entered her life. He was given a position in her household, a move that would prove catastrophic. His presence, coupled with court gossip, raised suspicions about Catherine's past, and soon an investigation was underway. As details emerged, his past relationship with the Queen became impossible to hide. During his interrogation, Francis Dereham's confession was damning. He admitted to a prior relationship with Catherine Howard, detailing their intimacy before she became queen. However, he insisted that their relationship had ended before she married Henry VIII. This distinction was crucial. While sexual misconduct before a royal marriage was scandalous, adultery during a queen's reign was treason. Dereham denied any ongoing affair with Catherine, though his testimony implicated another courtier, Thomas Culpeper, who had a more recent and potentially dangerous connection to the Queen. The investigation into the Queen's past intensified. Catherine herself was questioned, as were members of her household. The authorities were determined to uncover every detail, and Francis Dereham's confession played a key role in sealing the Queen's fate. His admissions, while not proving adultery, demonstrated that Catherine had engaged in a relationship before her marriage, something Henry VIII saw as a deep betrayal. The idea that his wife had been soiled before becoming queen enraged the aging monarch. Ultimately, Francis Dereham's fate was grim. Though he had not committed adultery, his prior involvement with Catherine was enough to condemn him. In December 1541, he was executed at Tyburn in a particularly gruesome manner, hanged, drawn, and quartered, a punishment reserved for those convicted of high treason. His confession had not saved him. In fact, it had contributed to the destruction of both himself and Catherine Howard. The scandal surrounding Francis Dereham, the Tudors, and his confession to his past with Catherine remains one of the most infamous episodes of Henry VIII's reign. It highlights the brutal consequences of royal intrigue and how a single mistake or a past relationship could lead to a tragic end. Today, historians continue to analyze the role of Francis Dereham in Catherine's downfall, examining whether he was simply an unfortunate victim of circumstance or an opportunist who miscalculated his return to court. Regardless, his name is forever tied to the Tudor dynasty's dark history of love, betrayal, and ruthless punishment.